Yo, what's going on, guys? Today what we will do is we're going to do a Izanagi review. Basically, this is another item on the Blossomcraft from the series. So last time we did the Daikoku, and it would just be right because mining obviously pays the best. What would be what we would make basically from the Izanagi within an hour. So basically what this item does is if we go here, it will tell us. So it has a fortune 4, efficiency 6, haste 2, and mines the whole ore vein at once. This item is fairly cheap compared to the Daikoku. I think it goes for around 120k, something like that. So it's really good. Now, for the best loadout, what I would do is I'd recommend to have the full Forest God set. Now, other than that, if you do not have it, me myself, I am missing a chest plate, so I can't do the haste 4. So another item that's really necessary is a Akuma's Talisman. Obviously, if you don't have the Forest God set, this is the next best thing. Other than that, I would recommend a Devil Fruit, which is way cheaper. I think it's like 40k. Now, obviously, what this does, it gives you haste 3, night vision, strength 3, and absorption 3. You don't really need the strength 3 and absorption. But yeah, the haste 3 comes in really handy. Now, I would recommend a speed item. You could use Forest Guard boots or these ones, for example. Now, I think if you have the Devil Fruit, it does give you speed as well as haste 2. I mean, you don't really need the haste 2, but the night vision comes in handy when you have the Devil Fruit, or you can use like an item that gives you a night vision. So just for example, what I'm going to do here is I'll just equip this Forest God helmet. So this one gives you night vision, water breathing. This is again a really good item to have when you go mining. Now, one important thing that I do want to mention is it will determine how much you will make depending on your rank in game. What I mean by that is if you are a free-to-play player, you will need to go on the level 8 and then start digging cobblestone and make it that way. What I personally like to do is, because I am an Immortal Plus, I will use the fly command and just fly and try to do it that way. So if you are a new player, what you will probably want to do though is just to start off, you will want to silk touch the ores and then sell them for a profit that way, just because your level won't be as good. However, because this is a Izanagi review, we will just go based off of the normal way to do it. So real quick, a disclaimer. What will happen is I do have level 100, which means I will be making probably double than what you are making. So therefore the items might not be similar as yours. Also, with that being said, the deep caves and everything like that, they are very RNG. So sometimes you will make 20k, sometimes you will make 40k. Just a quick side note here, you don't need to really do this if you don't want to, but what I like to do is because I don't really gather diamonds or like redstone or lapis, what I will do is I will just get, for example, a stack of iron, fill up to here, and then get like a gold, and then just do something along those lines, just so you don't end up picking cobblestone and anything useless like that. Okay guys, just to show you how this item works is it does mine the whole ore vein. However, with that being said, for example, if you have deep slate diamond and a normal diamond, if I hit the deep slate diamond, it's gonna mine the whole thing. However, it won't mine this. So you will need to hit it twice, if that makes sense. So it will only do once at a time. So yeah, if I hit this, for example, all of this will be gone. Same with this, for example, you do see the double stack here. If I hit this, boom, everything will be gone vertically. However, it does need to be the same type of block. Okay, guys, so it's 507. We have 270k, just so it's equal, and we can tell how much we've made exactly. Now, there will be two methods to do this. So first of all, I will skip to the quick run of how to do it if you're a free-to-play player. However, if you are an immortal or above with the flying command, I'll also show you how to do it that way as well. So if you are a free-to-play player, you kind of want to do something similar along those lines, where you just go out and basically just run at the level 8 to 9 and try to find any type of ores. For example, like this. The most money that I would recommend is just to chase after the lapis, as it does give you a lot. Now, obviously, the only problem with that is you can't really sell the lapis because it doesn't really sell on most of the servers. Also, it isn't worth a lot, so I mean, it's not really worth keeping in your inventory. That's why you kind of want to fill up your whole inventory, like I showed you before, with things that are like more valuable. So you usually want to focus on stuff like diamonds, lapis, gold. Um, you can obviously focus on iron and copper as well. However, with that being said, usually a lot of the PWs, at least on the Lotus, they will be sold out when it comes to the copper, as well as it doesn't pay that good. What I really recommend is just having like 5 shulkers, for example, or setting a goal of shulkers and then just filling them up. So obviously, depending on what items you have, this will go faster or slower. So if you have like a haste 3, for example, you can instant mine the cobblestone and just run through. Okay, another thing that I will mention, which a lot of people for some reason just miss out, is when you see geodes. Now, geodes may seem like, oh, it's not really something that you would do. However, with that being said, geodes are actually extremely good for money, which a lot of people skip out on. Just for example, we can see how much we make here per ticker for like a level. Good. Obviously, you can go a bit quicker as well if you want to. Depends on how good you are, I guess. Yeah, but you'd be making something around 70 per tick. Like approximately. The most I've made was like 170 or something like that. But still, overall, it is pretty good to just farm them. Like I said, this is another item that doesn't really sell for a lot. Sometimes you'll get people who want to buy them, but most of the time you won't really get people who want to buy them. So unless you want to own like a PW that sells amethyst. So the best biomes for this to have are terracotta biomes. Now these are really useful for gold, for example. You can get a lot of gold, and yeah, it's just overall a pretty good cave to have. Now the second one will be any type of deep caves, so anything similar to this, I guess, or large caves or anything like that. Now for the second method, it is a kind of pay to win. It's not really pay to win, but I mean you do need to have a rank, so I guess kind of. So with the command /fly, you can obviously fly just like me. And what you basically will need to do is you just go around flying, hit every single ore. Now, this is why the leggings are really, really useful to have. Now, the one thing that I will say is it is really easy to miss ores when you just fly this quick. So sometimes you will miss out on potential diamonds or lapis or anything like that. However, with that being said, it is also way quicker to clear out a mine. Yeah, so just overall, when I do it, for example, I just go flying around the cave and hit pretty much this. Especially the lapis. The lapis is pretty good for money. You can also sometimes see a lot of geodes as well. Now, the main reason why this is such a good item is because it does mine the whole vein, as well as is fairly cheap. Like these only go for 130k or something like that, which initially is so much better than the Equinox, which I will probably discuss further in the series once I acquire one. But for now, I think they're like 1,000,000. Okay, so for the Equinox, you can obviously see the stats here. It's pretty much the same thing. It just gives you speed 2 and I think night vision. But other than that, it's pretty much the same item, just for 10 times the price. Okay, guys, so it's pretty much been an hour. Yeah, we'll see what we have basically. So if I'm gonna do jobs log, we'll see. Okay, so we basically made 30.1k, which honestly is pretty good. And as you can see, for most of the money, it's just been deep slate gold, deep slate lapis ore, and obviously the geodes. The geodes being the best. With that being said, the geodes are really good. However, the Izanagi doesn't really affect them other than obviously having efficiency 6. So the main thing that we want to focus on is the lapis, the gold, and just the normal lapis and the gold, I guess. As you can see, this is basically what we should be looking at. So we made 30.1k. However, we are not done. So as you've seen, we have been grinding for a little bit. That means we have all this ore, plus we have whatever this is. So what we're going to do now is I'm just going to quickly skip to the bit where we have full shulkers of them and give you a rough estimate of how much money it would be if you were to sell them to a player shop. Okay guys, so if we look at the shulkers, we have one shulker here of iron, two shulkers, and then we are missing a full shulker full of these, but this is only 4. So basically, if we were to estimate, each shulker full of raw iron would be around 2.5k. So since we do have 2, it would be 5k. And this would, a full shulker of this is 5k. So let's just say 4k, for example. And let's just say 1k for this, which would bring you up to a total of about 10k. So that being said, full of the materials, if you were to just sell it to a player shop, you would get around 10k for these shulkers, plus on top of that what you have made, which would bring you to a total about 40k per hour. So I did mainly use the pay to win method, which is basically flying around and just hitting every single ore and getting rid of them. Now what this means that if you are a free to play player with a level 1 and you're just starting off or something along those lines, maybe you're like a level 10, level 20, you would probably be making around 30k, which is still pretty good judging that you're a free to play player and this item is only 130k, something along those lines. So yeah guys, overall I'd give this item an S tier. It is a really good item, especially for new players. Other than that guys, hopefully you did enjoy this video. Leave a like, leave a sub, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.